We must not be afraid, beloved, to suffer. I'm considering some of the other things that have been typical areas that the enemy has assaulted us in as I think about fear and I think about witnessing. Some of you are in bondage to the fear of witnessing. You know you're supposed to share your faith. God says that He created us not that we would be buried under a rock, but that we'd be like lights on a hill, that men would see our good works and give glory to Him in heaven. But beloved, unless we tell people why we're doing good works, unless we tell people about Jesus, even if you're the best person in the world, how will Jesus get the glory? They might just think it's you. So we've got to not only have good fruit from our life and the things that we do and in the disposition of our personalities and the way that we relate to people and the calmness of our spirit. Not only does there need to be the presence emanating from our life, beloved, to be a witness for Jesus, but the words of the gospel also need to come from our mouth. This is why Paul said in the book of Romans, how shall they call upon Him whom they've not believed? And how shall they believe unless there's a preacher? How good and beautiful are the feet of those that bear good tidings of good news. And so the point is that some of us, beloved, are in the fear of the enemy when it comes to sharing our faith. You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of being disliked. You're afraid of what somebody thinks about you. Beloved, this is a terrible, wicked fear. Jesus said if we're ashamed of He and His words in this wicked and adulterous generation, that He's going to be ashamed of us, He said, when He comes again in the glory of His Father. So we must recognize that we don't have a choice. We have to overcome the fear of man. We have to shed off the fear of witnessing, and you can do it. What you need to do, beloved, is just step out in faith into obedience. You may get rejected at times. That's part of the price of following the Lord. Jesus said, woe to you if all men speak well of you, but blessed are you if you are persecuted for righteousness' sake. It's a good thing to be rejected sometime because of your witness. Because, beloved, we're not after the acceptance of the world, we're after the acceptance of God. Jesus said, how can you believe when you seek the glory that comes from man rather than the glory that comes from the only begotten God? The way to get free, beloved, from the fear of witnessing, start to do it. Don't let the fear of man stop you. The book of Proverbs tells us that the fear of man is a snare.